Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to work on my very bulky art journal and probably this will be the last page that I'm going to do on this one. And I'm going to use a new product that I got. It's this collection, this I don't know, cutout collection from Marlina. And it has very cute pictures. These mermaids, elephants, the girls. It's very colorful. Although I'm not buying any new craft supplies, this attracted my attention, and I just wanted to try it out. I will show you quickly the pages. There are two of every page, all the designs, which is nice. If you like something, there is another of those. And there are small images like flowers, fruits, or eyes, lips for you to use for other purposes maybe. And it's quite whimsical. That's what I liked about this collection. And especially there's a fox that was really adorable. I don't know, it just attracted my attention, and today I'm going to use that fox. I also realized I missed my infusions, the powder pigments that I love from Paper Artsy, and I decided to use these on my background. I selected two colors, terracotta and orange county. I wanted to create a darker background and then lift it up with contrasting vivid colors. So that will be my goal today. And I am spreading these powder pigments mostly with matte medium for them to be permanent, plus to have more control over it. So I'm not going to spray water to activate them. I'm going to use my matte medium. I like this method more because it's less messy, and also it doesn't have the possibility to go through the spine and ruin other pages. These powder pigments are my favorites because they all have a walnut stain in it, and it makes them more vintage looking, a little bit more subtle, and I just love the look of them. I'm just mixing the two colors here. I decided it was a little bit too orangey, so I'm just going to go with the dark terracotta color a little bit more, and more at the edges to just have a darker frame as well. But I'm really happy with the color. It's very nice. I love this color and the contrasts. I'm going to use these die cuts from Marianne Designs. I find them very useful, these little things. They have birds, eggs, fish, many things. And instead of punches, they are much more affordable, much inexpensive. And you can take it through your die cut machine and it creates you little images, and it's very useful, I think. I use them over and over again in many art journals. I'm going to paint this piece of cardstock with peacock feathers from this dress, and I'm going to take it through my Sizzix machine and have these little birds. As I said, they have other images, fish, flowers, I don't know, other animals. So I really find them useful. I'm going to darken my edges as well. I'm just having my black archival ink to go around the edges just to have a better definition. And before I start anything, I have my fox, but I found this stencil and I love the flowers here, so I decided to use it with my favorite modeling paste, Liquitex light modeling paste. And I'm just going to go over this stencil mostly around the edges and create a nice nature scenery. Using a modeling paste is always a challenge for me. I make such a mess out of it, but in the end it's rewarding, and I don't care if it's not perfect. This is an art journal, so it's fine. As you see here, I made a little bit mess of it, but I don't mind. I'm going to color these flowers anyway, that's my plan. After I finish, I'll leave it to dry, or you can use your heat gun to dry, but this time I left it to air dry. Meanwhile, I drank a coffee, did something. In 20 minutes, half an hour, it's dry. Now I'm going to use my gelatos, which I missed a lot as well. I store them by color like this, and I have a few distress crayons as well, but just like 3-4 I think, just to try them. Since I have all the gelatos, I didn't feel the need to buy distress crayons on top of all this I have, but they are equally good, nice. You can just decide according to which colors you like, I think. And I'm going to use all these contrasting very vivid colors to color my flowers. I don't care if I use red, orange, different colors in one stem of flower. This is a whimsical art journal, so it's fine. I'm going to use yellow, orange, pink and red to have a very varied colors all around my flowers. I love playing with these gelatos, so they are so soft, so creamy, and it's so easy to color over modeling paste when it's dry. I also use one of my distress ones, which is the same actually. I don't know, the feel is the same to me. After I finish this, I'm going to have a little bit shading on these flowers. And by the way, if you go over your flowers to the page, it doesn't matter. You can always use a baby wipe and clean it, because you have matte medium on the page. That's another advantage why we used matte medium. Anything else won't stick and ruin your background. I'm using darker colors of each color just to give a little bit shading to all my flowers to make them better looking and more realistic, but it's fine. I don't make a big fuss of it because they are small anyway. And I am using my matte medium to stick my fox as well. I will cover him or her, I don't know, with matte medium too, to be able to do shading afterwards. And now that I have my flowers, I'm going to stick my birds, little birds, all over the page. You will see they are very cute, and they will create a really nice contrast now with the background and with each other. And I decided to have a little frame that looks like a ribbon with my acrylic paint. So I'm using the same distress color that I used on my birds to go around the page like this with a thin brush. Again, as you see, I'm quite relaxed about it, not making a fuss if it's perfect or not. It looks quite nice when it's more random and imperfect. It's supposed to be a ribbon. And I'm using my Faber Castell brush pen to go around my fox to create a shadow around him for it to look more blended into the page rather than looking like a cutout. The color I'm using is Caput Mortuum, I think. And again, I'm using a darker shade of this turquoise color with my brush pen, and I'm also giving some shading to my birds. I will also use my gel pen, white gel pen, to give them some highlights. These are small details, but it makes a difference, so I always like to do it. And I'm going to give some details to the background because I find it's very plain. So I use this stamp set For you to find what I am using, I always try to show the packaging so you can see all the details, the numbers and the names of the products as much as I can, and then Google them in your local stores or Amazon. And I will use this circle just to have more interest at the background. Since the page is whimsical, I decided to use this whimsical storybook alphabet set from Stampendous, and I am going to write Serendipity. I'm using my Dilutions paint that is the same turquoise, but it was a little bit more dense. That's why I wanted to use it with my stamp. I'm using my sponge and acrylic paint to stamp because I think it's more matte. It will show over all this background, and you can use if you have heavy body acrylic paint, it will be even better. I was just lazy. This was under my hand, so I wanted to use it. And even to make it a little bit more visible, after it dried, I'm using my white gel pen to draw inside the turquoise letters, and as you see, it became even more visible. And I'll just draw two little hearts here and there, and of course it came to the splashes, so I'm going to do little splashes here and there to just enlighten the page and bring everything together. I will also use this white gel pen inside my frame ribbon with sketchy marks, like doing some highlights here and there. Again, it brings everything together and makes it a little bit brighter. Also a little bit highlights on my fox. And I call this page done finally. I love the colors on it and how the contrast makes it very bright between the background and the images at the front. I love my fox and it's very whimsical. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button down below or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, I love reading your comments and replying to them. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.